want to thank everybody for hopping on today. Before we get started, we do have a lot to cover. So if you guys have any questions, just post them in the questions box, and we'll take as much time as needed after the webinar to answer all your questions. Today we're actually going through Key Digital products. We have a few people actually from Key Digital on the line. We have Dwayne Husbands, Jonathan Ferry, and Scott Craig. Dwayne's actually going to be doing most of the presentation today. Dwayne, are you there?
I am here. Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys, for jumping in. So I'm going to go ahead and thank you guys for taking the time to jump in on this webinar. So if you've ever been on a webinar with me, you know I'm generally a really quick guy because I understand your time is as important as mine, and you guys have a lot to do, especially to make money. So I try to be as concise and smooth as possible. Feel free to stop me if you have questions. We'll address them all. But I definitely will tell you we won't be here for too long. We'll get all the information in a pretty reasonable time and get you off. I like to make the joke and say I'm pretty sure I have some form of ADD, so I can't sit for a long time. So I will make you sit for a long time. Please feel free to go ahead. I recommend going ahead and signing up and creating a Key Digital University profile. This is a way for you to stay up to date on all of our newest products. Trainings are on there. They're not long. They're very short. They're broken up into small, so you can get what you need quickly. So download your certificates. Feel free to go online and set that up, and we'll approve you. Today's webinar is going to be on video wall processors. You know, for years, this has been a product that has been used, but it's traditionally been a very expensive situation. So we all know what video wall processors do. You know, multiple screens, you can do unique layouts, making it into one big screen. You can do format changes as necessary, multiple sources in, and plaster them out on screens set up in different variations to create one big screen. This has been generally commercial. We've seen it a lot more becoming residential. Guys want huge screens or throwing instead of putting projectors in, multiple screens down in the basement and stuff like that. So it's been definitely more and more popular in the last number of years. And it's usually because it's actually become more affordable as a product and an ability to do it. 10 years ago, when you wanted to do video wall processing, it was done externally using expensive products. You can see $27,000 for the ability to do a video wall. A couple of years later, guys said, oh, it might have gotten better, might got a little cheaper, and they went with the ability to do it in the displays 5 years ago. And that, still pretty pricey, didn't change much. And now we're able to do it in one box, which lets you use any display you want. You're not spending the money on really large, really expensive displays. You're able to just spend the money on a processor that's definitely more cost effective and use any displays you decide. Multiple applications. Bar restaurants, of course, is a big. Digital signage is probably the most popular. Conference rooms, sports theaters, homes, you know, man caves, gaming applications. A lot of guys like to do the gaming on these units. It's become very popular more and more now, again, in residential as well as commercial. This unit can be paired with other products to enhance larger systems. So you're able to put this on the input or the output of the system. And in this application, is being put together with a AV over IP system, and allows you to do multiple video walls in different parts of the buildings or in different buildings, viewing the content from the four initial sources. Again, there are different applications. We have here, again, the home, watching football. We have restaurants. Digital signage is really popular. We have airports. We have multiple different applications that this unit can be placed into. mentioned before to you, there was the ability to do it 5 years ago in displays. Now, there was some issues with that. One, there was a limitation on the size. Two, the other limitation was that there was HDCP issues. I remember doing specifically an NEC video wall system, and the displays were insanely expensive. And it used a special DVI adapter HDMI cable to do the video wall processing. And you had to label each display 1 to 1.5 be wired specifically. The first unit had to have special programming software in it for it to control everybody else. It probably took a week and a half and tech support to get it actually up and running. And I don't even know if it ever worked 100%. You know, now we can cost effectively do it with one box and any display. The VW4x4 allows 8 different modes. As you can see in the bottom, those are different formats. You can do a traditional 2x2, you can do 4 horizontal, 4 vertical, stacked, 3 combination split 2x2. You can do it any different format. It's a seamless switcher. It has some cool features that I'll talk about a little later. Panel flip, bezel adjust, analog video input. So you're able to use VGA for legacy sources that you may have, and this unit will still do it. And it's P-Digital app ready, and I'll explain that shortly as well. So retail on this unit is $2,500, and dealer buying it through our buddies at Capital, it's $1,750. Now, if you look at the prices I showed you traditionally, and if you know anything about commercial panels and the cost of the video wall processing panels, you would see that you can buy 10 of these things and still be less expensive than buying a expensive external processor or buying a displays with the processing built in. So this unit has really cool features that make it very friendly, installer-friendly product. Panel flip is one of the features that's in here. Now, what this allows you to do is instead of looking for commercial panels that have the smallest bezel around each side, top, bottom, left, right, you're able to use just regular panels. If you notice in this case, Samsung panels, usually the bottom bezel is extremely thick in certain instances on lower priced displays. You're able to flip the panels upside down, install them upside down, and the VW4x4 processor will flip the image to make it right side up for you. So you're able to use any displays that you want based on price. If pricing is an issue for you and you can't afford the thinnest bezel, the thinnest displays, or video wall displays themselves, which will have a very low profile bezel on the bottom, you can use any bezel, install the top units upside down, and image will be flipped and be right side up, and you're able to do a video wall processing on those panels. Bezel adjustment, another thing. Displays that are less expensive generally have thicker bezels. You're able to, using the internal features of this VW, you're able to shift the image to, so that it aligns properly, even with a larger bezel display, and get the maximum quality without sacrificing having to spend more money on more expensive displays. And not that I don't want you to. Listen, if you can sell a $10,000 display, sell it. I mean, but we already know that generally displays don't carry a ton of profits for us as installers. So being able to just get the job by putting in displays that are less expensive and still accomplishing what it accomplishes is actually a really big plus. 8 different video wall modes. I mentioned these video wall modes earlier. Traditional 2x2 together, quad if you want to say. 4x1 horizontally, 3x1. You can do split 2 2x2s. 3. There's no real limitation on what you can do with these units. It's all front panel or controllable through software or using our KD app. So this is a video that one of our, he's our national sales manager. One of our installers actually installed into a supermarket. I'm going to play it for you guys so you can get an idea. Great. So that was the video from our installer in a supermarket. I always make the joke. I hope we got the customer walking by his permission to put him in this video, but I don't think we're getting paid from it, so he'll be okay. I'm pretty sure. So here we have the unit being used with a AV over IP system, allowing you to do the digital signage, video wall processing in multiple buildings and for facilities sharing the content. So this unit's on the front end, on the input side, and going through the video over IP out to multiple buildings to do multiple 2x2 video walls.
Hey, Dwayne, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Sugar.
Yeah. Sugar. Nice. Hey, man, you know, you only just caught me on a sweet day, just so you know. But I just, yeah, take a step back to that slide if you don't mind, because, you know, it's weird. I saw this slide earlier. I don't know if maybe something got out of order or maybe, but I've been toggling between a few tasks this morning. But you know what? If you look at this for the viewers here, if you're not intimately familiar with Key Digital's product line, our AV over IP products, we have a 1080p flavor and a 4K flavor. And actually, throughout the whole thing, there's 8 different SKUs. So there's plenty of options. And the 4K product does have video wall processing built in, but the 1080p product does not. And so, you know, what this is exemplifying here is a lot of these really large scale AV products that are ideal for AV over IP. Well, going with the 4K system is going to be a higher price point, which, you know, talk to capital sales about your pricing. The 4K, we have IP822s that are very, very good price, very competitive, very reasonable, and you could build a nice system out of it. But then you also have to get in the subject of bandwidth on your network switch. And when you do the 4K system, each of your encoders can go up to 1 gig approximately. It's about 900 megabits per second. But with the 1080p system, it's only 15 megabits per second. So you could have these all over a convention floor. How who remembers trade shows, right? Well, who remembers San Diego? What, 2 years ago, I think it was, or maybe a little more. And remember the trade show floor at San Diego there had those video walls as you were walking in the convention hall, and had just nonstop video walls. Every probably 50 meters or so, there was another video wall, what I believe was something like 4x1, 4 wide, basically what you had just shown that video of at the grocery store. That was a 3x1. Add a 4th one, and so if you just need 1080p and simple signage that's you know, promoting local businesses, letting the attendees of the show know which halls they need to go to, and that sort of thing. Doing it in a system like this is extremely, extremely cost effective, easy to manage through an iPad or a PC, I should make sure we point that out. And you know, the point here is that at Key Digital, not only do we have 1080p and 4K AV over IP with video walls and without video walls, et cetera, we have every other piece of equipment you could ever need for video. So remember, you could build systems out of these things, and you can consult with our sales team and capital sales or our system design group and really maximize your system by using, we're not a one-trick pony like some of the products that are out there that, you know, there's brands out there that only focus on one thing, and we have everything you need for video. So there's kind of a lot that this slide makes me think of, you know, when I see it here. So I saw it the second time, and I wanted to just give my 2 cents. Sorry, Dee, that's all.
I thank you for your 3 cents, 4 cents. I love it.
When it's that long, it really can't be 2 cents, can it?
It's all good, and I'm sure they appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's definitely good. Thanks a lot, buddy. This product also has the ability to be integrated with our KD app. KD app is a software that we developed that allows you to, without needing the ability to program or be a programmer, control Key Digital's gear, anything that has IP control directly from an iPad. Once it's on the network and the app sees it, it creates a generic GUI, as you can see here, that allows you to do some switching and control via the app. Now, it's not a full control system because you're not going to have access to your displays and stuff like that, but you do have the ability to control the Key Digital gear that's in the system. And this is great for instances where you don't need to control anything else. You're maybe in a bar and you just need to do some minimal switching from source to input to output. You're not changing channels or anything like that. This is just a great tool. And again, it's integrated with anything that Key Digital makes that is IP-based. Johnny Baby, is there anything I'm missing on this slide?
Wow, you know all the nicknames today.
I got you, man.
Yeah, well, if you guys have worked with the Key Digital app before in our video wall processor, yeah, the main thing that people do with this is they'll press that top left button, video wall, the traditional 2x2, and they'll press that bottom left switcher mode, which is currently emphasized. And that's all they got to do in the sports bar to go from one big screen to showing all 4 games. And this is really big. You know, Chris and the Capital Sales team, Chris, maybe you want to even throw a quick plug in, but a lot of the bars and restaurants that had to move outside, and I know the Midwest is getting ready for winter, same thing where I'm located in the Northeast, but there's bars and restaurants all over the country that are still keeping it outside, or there's places that have winterized, so to speak, with propane heaters and whatnot. And, you know, these video walls, you bring it out on, Chris, what would be your recommendation for a mounted cart on wheels, or a video wall mount on wheels? Because you put the VW4x4 there, and then you could do the matrixing, or you could do one video wall, and you're set. They just roll it out during business hours. And they could either show one big game so people could view it from way back, or they could show 4 individual things, and you could achieve that extremely cost effectively and not need to have any, it doesn't have to be something that is sold with a control system. Chris, I don't know if you're with us right now, but chime in whenever you're ready. And the other thing is, if you've been working with VW4x4 Pro, that panel flip feature that Dwayne shown a few moments ago, where you could install consumer displays upside down, we've just released the latest Key Digital management software that makes enabling panel flip easier than before. It was previously enabled through a traditional line string command, and now it's in the Key Digital management software as you just choose your output and you choose panel flip on, and it will flip that image 180 degrees. So it's just that easy, getting on the network with it from your PC computer, having our software that is free, and that's the software that people were using to configure and control these units anyhow. So now we added it there. But if there's nothing further from Chris or any of the Capital team, I'm sure the integrators know the mount lines that Capital offers, and what a combination. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do have a lot of. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. You were on a roll there, Jonathan.
I got to be stopped, man.
And honestly, I don't want to throw out one line or another. We do have a lot of options at Capital for mounts, so it's really going to depend on the application that you're looking for. The size of video wall is a big player at what size it is. On what mount to go with.
That's.
So I would say.
Election season is over, man. You don't have to be so political with your answers.
I just want them to call. Give us a call. We want to talk about your product. So,
exactly. You guys got the solution. Yeah, you got the solution. That's right. I'm sorry, Chris. Give a call. Dwayne, back to you.
Did we lose Dwayne?
We may have. Now we got a new voice.
No, you didn't. I'm here. I'm here.
I was going to chip in as a backup Dwayne.
Well, listen, you can introduce the last slide if you want, because I've kind of cruised a little bit faster than I wanted to. But no, it's pretty much on time. But look, it's the product is a really fun product. We've had it for a few years. It sells itself. The price point is just phenomenal for what it can do. Even this, I've had guys purchase this unit just to use it as a 4x4 seamless switcher because they wanted seamless switching. Didn't need at all video wall. They just wanted the ability to do seamless switching, and they purchased it just for that unit, for that ability. And coupled with the KD app, it's really friendly. It's a really friendly product for an installer to put in.
User friendly or just friendly in general?
It's friendly. It loves you. It's friendly. It likes to talk. It goes on dates. It's friendly. I knew you were going to call me out on that. I could have felt it. It was you or Jonathan, one of you. I didn't know which one, but I thought it might have been John. But you're just as bad, so it's fine.
User friendly and it's integrator friendly. How about that?
That's a better analogy.
And it works for it. It works for it.
At least Dwayne knows the important fact instead of nitpicking at my speech. Thanks, Dwayne. Appreciate you.
Hey, real quick, I'll jump in and add something. So it looks like we do. I'm going to let Chris be the moderator of that, but we do have a question in there. But one thing, I'm back onto the KD app real quick. Great for anyone just to download in general, being that we have a lot of our demos in there, so you could actually show the functionality of the KD app to a dealer, an end user. Anyone can go through, and utilize it as a sales tool also. I mean, we constantly use it to show people examples. So a lot of our products are in there. Once you download it, it'll say devices or demos. You can select demos and give you a couple different options. And Chris, I'm not trying to step on your hosting of this webinar, but we have Bill asked a question saying, I missed earlier presentation on the Windows/PIP processors. If you have extra time, could you give a brief overview? Who wants to take that one?
Dwayne, can you open a web browser to MLV? Yeah, so there's two. These are kind of like the sister products to each other, brother, sister, if you will. We have VW, which is a super cost-effective way of spreading one image across multiple screens, right? And as Dwayne showed the slide earlier, $2,500 retail, and the dealer cost there, talk to Capital Sales. And so looking at VW4x4 Pro, you could combine that with 4 consumer monitors, 50 inches approximately, for, you know, $500, $600 a pop. So under $5,000, you've got a video wall. The sister product to this, hey, Dwayne, just so you know, we can only see the PowerPoint, which is, if you do your screen share, you could specify if you want to just show your entire desktop or a specific window. Anyhow, back to the multi-viewer, MLV4x2 Pro. This was the topic of the webinar a few weeks back, I believe. And this is basically is the opposite. Instead of having one image across multiple screens.
Now, Johnny?
There you go. Perfect, Dwayne. Thank you. Instead of having one image across multiple screens, this is the way to have multiple images across one screen. And it's the same price point. And on this product, we you know, this is the second generation of it. The first generation had 2 HDMI outputs. This one has 1 HDMI and 1 HD-Base-T. So the HD-Base-T receiver's included in the box. And honestly, we initially were thinking of conference rooms for this device. And then it was so many people putting it in game rooms and man caves to do things like watch 4 football games at once, or even had people where all 4 kids would bring in their own gaming systems and they were all doing Fortnite at the same time. We started seeing, because of home applications and surround amps, we added on the second revision not only the HD-Base-T output, but also digital audio for surround formats. And it's not only, you know, 4 equal size quadrants. You could even do a primary image at the top, bottom, left, and right of the screen, as you see there. And yeah, it's also a seamless switcher. So if you want to go from source 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 in full screen mode, it doesn't even, you don't even see a blip on the screen. So it's perfect for anyone who has a projector as well. So that's kind of the point of this is this product here, where your customer may say, I need to build a video wall. What can you do for me? This is a perfect opportunity. Any customer you know that has a large screen, you could come to that customer and say, hey, you know, I know you're spending a lot more time at home now. How would you like to turn that really large screen into a video wall now? You know, if they have an 80-inch display, or if they have a projector screen. And this is basically a way to turn a large screen into a video wall. And this is, so this is the part here, MLV4x2 Pro. And I believe that all of the previous webinars are available for viewing through Capital after they're all done here, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, Jonathan, I'm going to jump in here real quick. So hopefully we're not stealing Chris's thunder where he likes to come in and respond to some of the questions. But on the overall, the MLV 4x2, it might sound kind of weird, but if somebody has a client with an older projector that's getting a little tired, you know, and it's stretched out 110, 120 inch diagonal, going through, believe it or not, I've had a couple dealers pop these in a quad. It'll actually kind of tighten up the picture a little bit, because now we're doing 4 images, you know, across the board, instead of you know, 1 image that might be stretched out. So I've seen this also as a an older projector solution.
Absolutely. That's there you go. Chris, anything before we just totally take over take over here? Anything else you want to say?
Everything from me, so nice job, Scott.
Sorry, Chris, I'll send you the extra check.
Good luck with that.
I said I.
It bounces all the way to the bank.
All the way.
Nice.
So we hope we answered that question for you.
Yeah, Bill. I know that was
Bill?
that was the long answer there, Bill.
All right, guys. Unless there's any others, I think that should do it. Thanks to Chris, Megan, and the Capital Sales team for organizing this. Thanks to Dwayne Husbands for presenting. Dwayne and Scott are the tandem that are really trying to, that work as intimately as possible with the Capital Sales team. But it doesn't stop there. Dwayne Rains, whom you heard as the other Dwayne here, is a great resource, and especially for those of you on the southern half of the U.S. And I'm Jonathan, our trainer here. So we're a united front for you folks, and we want to do what it takes to get some projects going with you. So please do reach out to Capital Sales, reach out to us, and we're gonna make this a smooth system for you guys.
Thank you, team from Key Digital. And like Jonathan said, if you guys have any questions, just reach out to your account manager, Capital Sales, or Key Digital. We're all here to help. And we love hearing from you.